Slovenia, 2003. Minkey the super spy chimpanzee swings and slides in and out of industrial mechanical equipment as a loud alarm rings out in a giant Balkan dog food factory. He must find the bomb's control panel before all of southeastern Europe is destroyed. Minkey hears a maniacal laugh in the distance.
Damn it! Show yourself, Dr. Deepstate!
You will never stop me, monkey.
Dr. Deepstate farts.
Oh no. Whoops.
Ooh, I'm close.
Our chimp spy hero acts fast. He scales the side of a massive piece of dog food crushing equipment. His stomach growls.
Why couldn't this be a damn-ass monkey food factory? I'm starving!
1 minute till detonation. Secure all dog food vaults stat.
Minkey hears another fart and smells it immediately. This one is stronger.
Ugh. Smells like Dr. Deepstate's been eating the goddamn-ass dog food.
Have you tried eating dog food, spy monkey? It's good and tasty. Made of your old friend, c.i.ape.
Minkey spins around. The evil doctor stands on a platform 50 feet above. One hand is on a big lever, the other on a big button.
Damn you, Doc! You're the one who killed c.i.ape! God damn it!
The doc laughs maniacally once more.
Doc, you stink like shit.
Another spy monkey, thinking he is human. Eat dog food, silly monkey.
Dr. Deepstate pulls the big lever, and the giant dog food cruncher machine begins to quickly pour an avalanche of brown, mushy dog food towards the spy-style monkey. Minkey lunges for a hose dangling from nearby scaffolding and swings to safety on a small platform next to the evil doctor, who farts once more. A large television screen turns on behind the doctor. On camera is Steven Seagal, tied up and gagged. A dog, with a gun taped to its head, aims at the obese actor.
If I press big button, your heroic Steven Seagal will be murdered in cold blood by my super dog agents. What is your choice, spying monkey?
A door behind Dr. Deepstate flies open suddenly, slamming into the doctor. The impact sends him flying violently into the railing of the platform. Like a rag doll, his upper body flies over the side. His legs follow as he is ripped end over end. Dr. Deepstate hits the cement floor of the factory head first. His body crumples, and his brain leaks out his ears. He farts once more, a tiny, pitiful one that barely smells. The dog food avalanche buries him slowly. At the door stands Will.
Minkey, I'm so glad to see you. Turns out Steven Seagal's a big pussy when it comes to fighting these Hollywood deep state freaks. We need a real man on the case. Are you in?
You just smushed like my second biggest nemesis. Like you really doinked him.
Oh shit, was that guy your friend?
No, it's cool. I just thought this was gonna take all afternoon. Yeah, I guess I could help you out. Where are you going?
Hollywood. What's the big button do?
Will presses the big button before Minkey can stop him.
Oh, Jesus! Let's get out of here, quick!
On the screen behind Will, the gun dog shoots Seagal in the chest. Minkey slowly watches the life drain from him.
Oh, yep. Yeah, shit. Let's, leave now.
Minkey hops onto Will's back and they run to the roof where the certified cinephiles helicopter awaits. Yeah, we have a helicopter. It has like really cool machine guns on it that could kill anyone, and there's like a mural on the side of Nicole Kidman naked at the movie theater. It's super sick. I'll see if someone off DeviantArt can draw it. Will says I can't take pictures of it. They begin their ascent, but from behind, they hear the alarm once more.
Detonation in 5, 4.
Oh, crud. We forgot to defuse the bomb.
Minkey, we can't let the Balkans blow up.
Really? I thought it was sort of a shithole.
I hate it here personally, but it's the right thing to do.
You're right.
Minkey quickly runs back inside.
2, 1. Bomb deactivated.
Damn it, Minkey! You son of a bitch, you did it again! Now it's time for the real fireworks. Lights, camera, action.
Certified cinephiles.
Welcome back to another absolutely insane, mind-boggling episode of Certified Cinephiles. This week we are tackling the 2003 hit that you probably have never even heard of, called Spymate, starring Emma Roberts, Chris Potter, and the one and the only Richard Kind. This movie is, to put it frankly, this movie is heavy. Schindler's List stands very close to this movie.
Ugh.
And you might have yourself wondering, did Spielberg direct this? Because this is an epic saga movie. Fresh out the franchise of Most Valuable Primate, Most Extreme Primate, Air Bud, Most Vertical Primate. We have them all.
This is a storied franchise, and we're honored to be bringing it to you.
Yeah. The sad part about this movie is the very dark, behind-the-scenes truth about why it flopped, so to speak.
Wow.
It flopped money-wise. It flopped according to the people trying to make some freaking dough on it.
Yeah, but if you are an avid listener to this podcast, you know that just because it flops in the box office, that doesn't mean anything. The Hollywood Deep State is out to get a lot of these films, as we've uncovered. And this one is right up there with some of the most frigged up things that the Deep State has done to Hollywood. And
despite what our lawyers are constantly warning us against, our whole point, our mission behind this podcast is to bring light to the offenders, the people that are running Hollywood, the puppeteers, the ones that have their slimy little tentacles wrapped around the throats of the artists of this industry. And
preach.
Yeah, we're ready to take them on. We have this new lawyer, and he's given us a lot of tips, and we're doing great things now.
He doesn't want us to use his name. He has advised us not to use his IRL name. So I think I've decided for the pod we should call him Dave Diarrhea.
Yes, that is such a good name. That's actually very similar to my alias on 4chan.
What's your alias on 4chan?
Chris.
What were you going to say? What is it? Continue.
Sorry, it's Chris Cocksucker. And
oh shit.
Unfortunate. Yeah, you know me?
I think I've been on there. I think I've called you some slurs on there.
Well, that's the place to do it. I write a lot of green text, and I'm very deep amongst the forums of 4chan. And, that's a huge reason why I got introduced to this. Not to this day, knock on wood. I know that you have been swatted multiple times. And that's why
I'm starting to think it was you.
I would never swat you, Patrick. That was a time in my life where I was swatting people because I was like feeling low and I needed a good laugh. And things escalated, and there's a family that no longer exists in Riverside, California, and I'm the reason. And so I, indirectly am the reason.
Family annihilated a kid directly because of you.
Yeah, there's a lot of fallout from that, and I've learned my lesson that it's not a game to play. But no, Patrick, I would never laugh, at your expense. I would never laugh at your expense.
Yeah, we shouldn't talk about that anymore anyway. I don't think Dave Diarrhea would like that.
Yeah. So our lawyer, Dave Diarrhea, gave us explicit instructions not to use his real alias because he knows that we have hits out on our heads, and he is a very high-profile lawyer. You've probably seen some billboards of his around.
Let's just say he has strong arms.
Let's just say he's a very strong-armed lawyer that you've probably seen a couple commercials for. I mean, we don't play. You know, we're not pussyfooting around with the lawyers. We're spending the dough. Thanks to all of the Patreon subscribers, pretty much paying for our legal fees. We don't make a dime out of this. It's all going to our legal fees. But it's, you know, we were never doing this for the money. We were always doing this to bring light to the crooked world of the Hollywood elitist deep state. So we have quite the amazing lawyer that we're gonna call Dave Diarrhea. As
far as I know. As far as I know, let me be frank with you.
Yeah.
We got a new good lawyer. We'll call him Dave Diarrhea on here.
So Dave gave us very explicit instructions, and we're going to follow those instructions. But I want all of the listeners out there to know that they can have hope in this lawyer because you've probably heard of him. If you live anywhere within 100 to 200 mile radius of Denver, Colorado, you've heard of him before, probably since the day you were born to now. He's handled a lot of injury lawsuits. He's known for like injury lawsuits, like a workplace misconduct lawsuits, and dealing with like car accidents and stuff. That's like his main thing.
It's Frank Azar.
Yeah, we might as well tell him. It's so Frank. Cool. Frank's handling our case, and he's amazing. Already,
he is so cool.
He's given us so many. He's given Patrick another gun. If you didn't know this, Patrick is not legally allowed to own a gun because of his previous felony. And so it's made it really hard for him because he's not only been blacklisted from legally buying a gun, but all of the gun shows in all of Colorado know him.
They have my poster up.
They put pictures. There's posters of him at all of these gun shows. So he can't even do any of like the backlot trades. And this has happened just in like the last like 2 years where vendors will actually blacklist other vendors from these gun shows because they sold to Patrick. It's ridiculous.
I'm known as kind of like a parasite in the gun community.
They just don't know.
I'm plastered everywhere.
And this is the problem with our country, and there's so many issues with gun laws and stuff, but they're targeting the wrong people. Patrick has a record of violence, but in self-defense.
Don't say anything else, but everything is self-defense. You can look at the court records. I've always claimed self-defense.
And
Frank, he gets me, and he had an extra firearm. We went and saw him, and he said, "Hey, let me file the barcode off of this. It's legal to do that if your lawyer does it." So he filed that off for me.
And again, this is for personal protection. This is personal protection only because you're still being gang stalked. You're still being gang stalked.
Yeah. They keep eating my food. I mean, I've been having to get more and more bigger, more entrees at Panda every time. I've been having to get bigger entrees because it doesn't fill me up The what used to fill me up at Panda doesn't fill me up anymore, and it's because I'm getting gang stalked. It's because they're biting my food when I'm not looking. When I'm sneezing, they're biting my food. When I'm looking, when I'm watching a Frank Azar commercial on the TV, they're biting my food, and it's not filling me up. So I'm having to go and get bigger entrees, and it's just really hard.
This is absolutely just so disturbing, and I just cannot wait. And you've told me some stories about you waving the Desert Eagle around. That's right. Frank Azar gave him a Desert Eagle. I don't know if you know it, but that thing can blow the head off of somebody in a video game.
Mm-hmm. And if you notice, T-Rex is not in the chat today, and those two things are connected. I'm not saying anything else.
Well, and also T-Rex is on the run from the law. He was caught with a very large amount of methamphetamines in his trailer, and but it was really nice of him. He did leave us a voicemail saying like, "Hey, I'm going to be out for a while," and total. I'm trying to be less judgmental these days. But what a wild guy. T-Rex, I went in front of his house.
I went in front of his house. I flashed my Desert Eagle, and I was like, I don't have a problem, but this guy might. Patted it. You should have seen the look in his eyes, and maybe the look was from all the meth. I don't know, but
he said, "Don't send the strong arm after me." I mean, you were telling him when you were waving that thing around. You said, "Look, Frank's on my side. I got the strong arm backing me up. He gave me this gun." And I will put it in your mouth, and I'll get away with it. You know?
Yeah, and totally. I'm not fucking around with this shit. And like, I don't care if Azar. What's that face you're making?
Well, my lips are super chapped.
Don't lick them.
I can't help it. They're so chapped.
That makes it worse. Don't lick them like that. You're licking them with your whole tongue.
God, they're just so chapped.
That's gonna make it worse.
I don't know what to put on it.
Anyway, Frank Azar, no matter what happens from here on out, if we get sued again, if the deep state comes after us, I don't even care if we win the cases. The confidence that Azar has given us, I feel like $1 million. I feel like I could take my Desert Eagle into any bank in the country and come out with $1 million. I feel so confident in myself right now.
Yeah, and that's what Azar has said to us too. He's like, you can really get away with anything because there's no barcode on this. As long as you don't get caught personally, nothing's going to trace back to you. And he was even talking about how deep fakes are so common these days that, really he can, and he has disproved a lot of robbery cases, assault cases in the courtroom by completely just tarnishing all video evidence of a crime because of deepfakes. And he has a guy that can do some really amazing deepfakes. And he's even told us he got high with us. He actually smoked us out. Azar smoked us out. And you know me, I am a paranoid guy to begin with, and so I was having an anxiety attack.
He was like, meet the Hazar, dank Hazar, and he
it was this enormous. What
big
kind
doinks.
What kind of marijuana blunt was that? He said it's not THC, but it's SBC or something like that.
USB.
SBC, CBD.
CBD.
Yeah, this enormous blunt,
CBD.
and I was having an anxiety attack. I was like, I could see the walls melt. I mean, I was out of my mind. And then he was just like, "Hey, it's chill. Just go downstairs into my float tank. You can just rest for a little bit." And I did, and I went to the float tank. And then in the float tank, he has all this audio, and he just talks to you about like law theory and. Really, just
it's
brilliant.
So awesome.
Yeah, really brilliant experience.
He's so bright.
You never told me what you and Frank were up to while I was down in that float tank for 6 hours.
I mean, Again, sorry about that. I didn't know how the thing worked. I didn't know I had locked you in there. But
Hey, it was fine with me. I needed it. I needed to be restrained. No matter how
I'm
much I
glad you had
screamed
fun.
and yelled.
Yeah, I think it calmed you. You've been different since then. You've been different.
I had to just get it out. It was like the male crucible stuff that I learned on 4chan. You know, as a white male in society, we're upheld to so many certain standards that make it pretty much impossible for us to exist. I can't walk into a Macy's and Nordstrom without feeling like there's a spotlight on me. I feel like I can't even go to the library without feeling like there is somebody pointing a finger at me being like, look at him. What's he going to do? And yeah,
that's why you got that. That's why you got that Elliot Rogers tattoo.
Yes.
You loved him.
I didn't know the tattoo was that, but that was a fun joke.
That's why you shouldn't let your 4chan, I'm doing this in air quotes, buddies will give you tattoo advice.
Some of those guys are bad guys.
Yeah, some of those guys are bad guys.
Well, tattoos are expensive, and when somebody's got a deal, they say they're going to tattoo you for free if you let them choose. But I love the way it looks. It's
an incel tattoo.
Is that what it is?
It's Elliot Rogers. Do you know what he did?
Oh, no.
Don't Google it now. Let's move on.
No.
I don't want you to have to deal with this on pod.
Wow.
Stay calm.
Oh, no.
Stay calm. He
It's
did
kinda
some
funny.
bad stuff. I'm honestly surprised you've had that tattoo for that long.
I just thought, I thought he was the Mighty Ducks guy.
No, he did a bad thing.
I could have sworn he was the coach of the Mighty Ducks.
No, that's Emilio Estevez.
Elliot Rogers.
Yeah.
Are you sure? I'm just gonna take a quick look at IMDb Mighty Ducks. Elliot Rogers.
It's Emilio Estevez, bud.
Oh.
I don't think. We should talk about the movie. We don't have to.
All right.
I really think you should get that covered up.
I was just at the pool in Vegas, and I had that thing out.
Oh no!
I was having a great time in Vegas. I had that thing out, and
what happened?
You know, not too much happened to me other than just being refused service. But I just thought that was, another side effect of who I am. Okay, so spymate.
No, I think your quality of life would improve greatly if you got that tattoo covered up.
Yeah, I gotta hit him up. I gotta get that covered up ASAP. All right, so Spymate. I mean, this movie is hands down my favorite movie of all time. Patrick, how did you feel about Spymate?
I love this one. I mean, it's right up there with Air Bud. It's one of my favorite movies. I can't. This genre of movie is, it's up there as one of my favorite genres. The animal adventure movie, Homeward Bound, Air Bud.
Yeah.
Space Buddies.
I would venture to say that's your bread and butter. Are these films? Nobody knows it better than you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of my wheelhouse. It's kind of my thing. And this movie leaves me breathless every time I watch it.
Breathless is an understatement for me. This movie had so many ups and downs and truly brought you through an emotional ringer. The amount of emotional turmoil. You could see movies like The Pianist, Schindler's List, It's a Beautiful Life, all being sort of taken from the plot of this movie.
Yeah, they all hold like a similar space in my brain, and I can't remember like in what order those movies come out, but I feel like at least a couple of those movies borrowed heavily from Spymate. Just like the overall atmosphere. This movie is so atmospheric. I can't believe what they did with the mise en scène, the spy music playing almost
incredible soundtrack
under every scene. This movie does not let you forget that this is a spy movie.
Yeah, and it keeps you on your toes.
I love being treated like a child when I'm watching a movie.
Well, it brings you back to a good place, and for me, I didn't necessarily feel like I was being treated like a child, but I do appreciate a movie that explains everything very thoroughly because, things can be just so misinterpreted. And this movie made it very clear what was happening every step of the way. And I feel like they just didn't skip a beat on that. They didn't miss a single detail. They told you everything as it was happening. You didn't have to do any of the work. And I was just watching this movie standing up. I couldn't even sit down. I was just at the edge of my seat. I could not sit still.
How are you on the edge of your seat if you're standing up?
Edge of my tippy toes, then.
Oh.
Which is true. I have been standing on my toes more. It's very good.
Is that part of like a new, just like in the middle of the day, you'll just walk around on your tiptoes?
Yeah, it just feels right to me to walk toes, just on my toes and just to stand on my toes.
What do you do with your arms?
I just put them straight down. And actually, I've been making fists because I'm trying to increase my grip strength. I don't know if you know this, but Alex Honnold, the guy that free soloed El Capitan, has a grip strength on his left hand of 90 pounds and on his right hand of 75 pounds. So I've been keeping my hands in fists straight at my side so that I can increase my grip strength.
Can you give me a demonstration of this?
Absolutely.
Thanks. Alright, sorry if you're not watching the video, but he's going to give me a demonstration of his new walk. That is... I thought I was going to hate it. I thought I was going to be dumb, but pretty cool walk. That is sick.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it just feels good to me. Really subsides a lot of like panic that I feel on a day-to-day basis. So hopefully, the panic will go away when Azar grants me my Christmas wish.
Did he say he was going to grant you a Christmas wish?
No, but I've been texting him subtle hints that I have a Christmas wish.
What's your Christmas wish?
To get a big gun like you.
You want a big gun like me?
Yeah. I know he doesn't trust me. I know. I think our first interaction, like really, I think I might have sort of turned him off a little bit, and I was very grateful for you and saving our skin back there, and saying like he's not always like this and stuff, because I truly was, a little bit out of my mind. And
I mean, we did leave you in that deprivation tank for 6 hours.
I was screaming. It was so funny. I was screaming my lungs out. I was screaming. It was so funny.
And to be fair, I don't think you were probably in the best mental state to go to the gun range right after that, but
no,
Frank really wanted to go to the gun range when he gave me that gun.
He's got so many cool guns. I just loved that he showed them all to us, and he showed us like how he takes care of business, so to speak, and all that. It was really cool that he's like so cool and chill about all that. Karen, just like crazy.
Yeah. yeah, that was a fun time until you did what you did at the shooting range with.
Well,
I think Frank was just a little put off with putting what you like shooting a poster of a dog.
It was a target. It's next to the targets. I would never shoot it. I would never hurt an animal. I'd rather hurt a human. I could easily hurt a human, but I can't hurt animals. Hurt animals. Like they talk about driving and like if there is an animal on the road, you shouldn't swerve. I'll always swerve for an animal. I don't care if that puts me or whoever is in my car at risk. But if there's a human, don't have to swerve. So.
Yeah, you would swerve into a family to protect a squirrel. You've said that to me before.
Yeah, especially the squirrel I got outside. I have this really cute, Patrick, I gotta send you pictures. And to all listeners out there, imagine this. We have this squirrel, we call her Pretty Rat. And she is a mother, and she's got a little boy squirrel. And he's just a horn dog. He's so funny. But anyways, they love eating the peanuts we put out for them. So we bought it's a little picnic table, and we hammered it to the tree. And it's got a little umbrella, and they come and they eat the peanuts out of this picnic table.
That's cute.
It's adorable. And I would murder
You'll have
so
to send
many
me a video
people
of that.
to protect them. I'll send you a video of that. Yeah.
How many people you think you would hurt to protect Pretty Rat?
You can't put a number on it. I would do anything I possibly could to protect that Pretty Rat. To
Would you
protect
nuke
that squirrel.
Would you
Oh my
nuke
gosh.
Australia?
The entire continent?
Yeah, the entire continent / country of Australia.
The entire continent, Australia. Oh boy. You know, I guess I would because I don't know anybody there. I don't know anybody there, and so it doesn't affect me all that much. Maybe if the Irwins were
Also,
on
there's
trip,
a lot of mean stuff in Australia. There's a lot of mean scorpions and sharks.
Well, I wouldn't want to nuke the animals. I would only nuke the humans.
That's not possible.
Yeah, I think it is.
Unless you went to Australia and gave all of the animals in Australia cockroach battle armor that would make them impervious to nukes.
That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. I would love that. I would love to see that. I would love to live on a planet with that. I would love to experience that full force. So let's get
I've been making armor out of cockroaches for myself for about the last 10 years, but do you know how many cockroaches it takes to make a whole armor for me?
You're telling me you're killing cockroaches to make this armor?
I'm giving them a good last meal.
What are they eating?
Scrambled eggs.
Oh my god, you're treating them.
And then I snap their heads off.
Wow.
I feed them some scrambled eggs, and then I snap their heads off, and then I add them to my armor, and I'm almost done with the pants. Cockroach armor.
Yeah, an entire human-sized pair of pants?
That fit me.
Wow. And for all the listeners
38s.
out there, I know, trigger warning, we should have said something, but Patrick's current cockroach problem is the city of Denver actually they condemned Patrick's house, and that's why Patrick no longer lives in Denver. They condemned
I had to move
lived.
to Fort Collins with my friends Sam and Emily because I couldn't kill them fast enough. I mean, it was 2 birds, 1 stone. Kill all these cockroaches, make a suit of armor. And I know you people are laughing at me for making armor out of dead cockroaches, but I'll be the one laughing when you die from the nuclear holocaust.
Wow.
But yeah, that house did get condemned. I couldn't kill the cockroaches fast enough, but I am almost complete with the pants.
There
and
was
then
a
I think
lot
I'm
of
going to
them.
move on to the gauntlets.
Wow, a gauntlet. That's an amazing idea. I cannot wait to see this.
Yeah.
What's your first order of business when the suit's complete? It sounds like you got a mission.
Well, no, I'm just going to, it's part of my gear, and I'll just keep it. Of course, I'm going to walk around in it and show it off.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's really just there to be on standby, because once the news is like, the nuke's coming, then I'll be ready.
Yeah. You're
Whether it be
probably
Russia, South Korea, China, I'll be ready. Because you know
You're
what?
the number
Cockroaches,
Yeah, you're the number one
I am number
doomsday
one.
prepper. You're the number one doomsday prepper I know, for sure.
My
Your
bug out
level
bag
yeah.
is a whole truck.
And he's not kidding, folks. He's really dead serious, and it's a sight to behold. And I would trust, with his military experience, with his tactical resources, with his survival experience, I would trust Patrick with my life completely. And at the same time, I wouldn't want to put that
Smart
on
man.
you. I wouldn't want to put that responsibility on you. But I would trust you wholeheartedly to lead the human population and what's left of it to salvation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I will have my cockroach armor. So if like the South Korean or the North Korean soldiers, if they have nuclear handguns, I will stand in front of the bullets.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
What?
I agree with you.
That's not okay.
I was
You bringing that guy back into the fold?
I just felt like it
Thought
was a
we'd
really good
evolved
time.
past that. I thought we'd evolved past that, and this is the second season. We got to be cleaner, more
Well, yeah, you got the
concise
sound effects. I
on
just
top
wanted
of
to
our
bring
shit.
back the side. I'm very careful with the side effects. I felt like that was a good time to really prop you up. You had kind of a really inspiring thing going on, and I decided that would help.
Yeah.
God, that's awesome.
Yeah. We haven't really said anything, but huge news. We both have sound effects now. And I don't want to use mine, but it's going back to nukes. It's a nuclear battle. It's going to be a Cold War. I won't use mine if you don't use yours.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Well, here's mine.
Wow, that's loud.
Yeah, mine are more powerful. Mine
That
are
is
way more
loud.
powerful.
Okay, that's loud.
I can fight fire with fire.
I'll let you have it.
You want it to be louder?
I will be... No, thank you. Alright, that's loud. That's loud. You really pulled an America right there. As far as...
See? I'm here.
On the, oh my, yeah, you're really showing off. Okay. Back to the movie. We have...
How's it feel? Huh? How's it feel, Bill?
I get what you're saying. I get how it feels now. And
Joke's on you.
it's just that they're really loud. My headphones are not possibly turned up that much. And I feel like you just had those screaming at me. But you know what? Point made. I understand. So
Thank you.
To our listeners out there, we're going to get into what the heck happened to such a beautiful movie and why the industry never wanted you to see it. Do you remember watching the credits of movies that involve animals? And somewhere down there's a little stamp that you probably never paid attention to saying the SPCA approves this movie and no animals were harmed in the making of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
That stamp, as small as it is the reason this movie flopped financially.
Wow. Can you explain that to us?
Yes. So the elitist Hollywood deep state.
Well, before you go into this,
Mm-hmm.
you're a little nerd and you got trapped in a sense deprivation chamber and you're like mentally unhinged. But man, are you good at doing your research on these movies?
It's what I live for. It's truly what I live for. It's all I live for. You're
such a big loser who stinks. But God, you're good at doing research for these movies.
Yes. Yes, I am. And thank you for the Thanks for the compliment, Pat.
Anytime.
So the elitist Hollywood deep state realized that there weren't enough jobs in the industry. Great. That's a wonderful thing to address. But the problem is that the jobs that they wanted to make were for themselves. They decided to create an organization called the SPCA. Any guess what that stands for?
Super pussies can't ejaculate.
It's very, very close.
What is it?
It stands for a Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals.
Wow.
Which is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and we love animals and all of that. But when you have the tentacles of the elitist Hollywood deep state suffocating you, you gotta understand.
Sometimes you have to put a cigarette out on a. Sometimes you have to put a cigarette out on a bird. You know.
I would say I don't know about that.
When you got to put your cigarette out because you're going into a building, so there's a bird next to you, and you just put the cigarette out on the bird's wing.
God, no, I would never do that.
Or with a cigar.
Is that just like a turn of phrase?
No, people have been just doing it for a while. Like,
God.
When guys are walking into church with the cigar, they'll put the cigar out on a Blue Jay's wings.
Oh my God! See, I've never been to church, and that's probably why. I don't want to be around with those people. Thing. I don't know what I would do if I saw that. If I saw that in person, I think I would go nuts, and I think I would call Frank Azar up quick and say, "Give me a gun."
Well, I've done it a couple times. Are you going to shoot me?
Are you sorry about it?
No, it's what you do to put a cigarette out.
No, Pat.
How else are you going to put a cigarette out?
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. And I feel like that should hurt you more than me putting a gun to you and saying that. I'm just disappointed. Because I know you're an animal lover. I know you're an animal lover.
Ask 10 fellas that smoke. I guarantee 8 out of the 10 will have put a cigarette out on a bird's wings.
I've never smoked a cigarette in my life.
But ask 10 fellas that smoke cigarettes. 8 out of 10 of them will say they put a cigarette out on a bird's wings.
I don't even know how I'm supposed to do that because people that smoke cigarettes are so unapproachable. They don't want to be bothered. I've tried making conversation with them. Then. I have a hard time believing you because of this. I've never seen that happen, and I don't want to believe you because it makes me sad.
Okay, well, I'm sorry for making you feel bad.
Well, yeah, you're getting me acting up. You're getting me acting up, and I am about to go to the closest church and take a look for myself. If you catch,
you got to see him.
If you catch my drift, I'm about to call up Frank, and I'm about to go to the closest church to see for myself.
I don't know what that means. Don't do it.
So the star of this movie, the character named Minkey, is played by a world-class chimpanzee named Louie.
He's not CGI.
No, he's very real. And he's known for being the very first and only chimpanzee to ever do a trick off of a vert ramp. A vertical.
That's so sick.
Yeah, he did. He actually went on a half pipe. He's best friends with Bob Burnquist.
Are you telling me
he skated Bob Burnquist's mega ramp? Yes.
Are you telling me that this chimp is the world's gnarliest primate?
Yes, he's the most extreme, and he's certainly the most vertical. And so Louis would tour around.
Sick.
So Louis's parents, Stephen Carroll Lilly. Stephen Carroll Lilly owned a primate business called Goin' Ape. And
is this the actor?
And this is in Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah, so Louis's parents, or who he is owned by, is Stephen Carroll Lilly, who owned Going Ape. And Going Ape would tour...
Were these monkeys?
These chimpanzees. They would tour with their chimpanzees to ice skate arenas for...
His parents were chimps, too?
Minor league hockey.
His chimpanzee parents owned a business?
Yeah, no, they're real humans. Stephen Carroll Lilly are human beings, and they own.
How
they
are his parents
these chimps.
humans?
They owned him. They bred him, and they took him. They did all this.
So he's like a dog.
He's like but he's extremely smart and probably one of the best actors of our time. So a little hard to say. I mean, you can't really even compare him to another of his kind, species-wise, because he's just so brilliant.
So gnarly.
Louis and his brothers would be toured around to minor league ice hockey. So, like Chicago Wolves, Colorado, what are they called? The Buccaneers?
Eagles.
The Eagles. And they would do these halftime shows where they got this freaking cool chimpanzee on ice skates just slapping.
That's
slap
so
shot.
sick.
Yeah, amazing. So some Hollywood execs picked him up and said, let's make a movie. And that was the rise of most vertical primate, most extreme primate, spymate, and so many others. Well,
so sick.
The problem is that the stupid Hollywood elitist deep state didn't like how these chimpanzees were treated on set. They would have these long days. They weren't given proper breaks. They weren't, they were treated more like humans in their trailer than they were.
And this is what the deep state doesn't realize. That's his passion, his entertaining, his acting. This chimp
obviously is. He's a genius.
This chimp can skateboard. This chimp can snowboard. This chimp can
rollerblade, ice skate.
This chimp can rollerblade. This chimp is an entertainer. This chimp is a spy.
Through.
He's an actor, baby. He loves the long days and the late nights.
It's all part of the job, and they said, basically, they were like, look.
What if he wants to work overtime?
Yeah. If you want him in these movies, if you want this movie to be a success, you need to reach these standards. And Carol and Steve were like, nope, we're not going to fall victim to your red tape. Really?
Yep.
He's his own entity. He makes his own decisions. This is what he wants to do. And so, what do you think happened when this movie decided to release? Well, you had lawsuits. You had people protesting.
So much red tape.
Yeah, protesting
so
Blockbuster. They wouldn't let this in movie theaters. This movie grossed This movie only made $47,000 total.
That's insane.
Yeah. And
I would pay that much to watch this movie once.
Truly. You can't put a price on a movie like this. On a movie like this. And the deeper you look, so you watch this movie, I'm on my tippy toes. My hands are fists. I'm clutching my jaw. You're watching this movie. You've watched this, what, 30 times at this point?
Yeah. I've watched it so many times I can only watch it naked now.
And why is that?
Like, everyone knows that. You see a movie enough times, you just have to watch it naked to get the same thrill.
Oh, I gotta try that out. You know, you're so full of great ideas. And
you too. I'm gonna try tippy toes.
Yeah, tiptoes and fists down, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna love how it feels. And I'm absolutely gonna get butt naked and watch Elf tonight. I cannot wait to watch Elf butt naked. I
might do it too.
Yeah, as you know, I love Will Ferrell in Elf when he puts the syrup on his spaghetti. So funny. And when he's in a snowball fight and he just overpowers him. But like how funny it is that he's putting syrup on his spaghetti. And when he sees Santa and he's like, Santa, and he freaks out. But anyways, I'm gonna watch that naked tonight, and I'll report back to you next episode. So we're watching Spymate, and you realize that this movie is a classic. This movie is an epic. This movie is everything that you've ever wanted from a cinematic experience, and yet $47,000. Have you seen the cast?
What? 70s Show Mom?
70s Show Mom knocks it out of the park.
She is smoking hot in this.
Yeah, Mike. And you know what? You have the guy who played Freddy Krueger in some of the Freddy Krueger films playing one of the main henchmen, bad guys. Michael Bailey Smith.
The albino guy?
The albino guy. He plays Freddy Krueger.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's scary.
He's very scary. And he's in The Hills Have Eyes. He's in Cyborg 3. He's in Monster Man. He's in Bus Driver. He's in Chain Letter. I mean, the horror movies that this guy has done are... Yes, he is prolific with the amount that he has done. It's absolutely incredible. He plays Super Freddy in A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Super Freddy? That sounds so scary.
Yeah, this is the fifth A Nightmare on Elm Street 5. It's called The Dream Child, and he plays Super Freddy.
There's a Super Freddy.
Yes, he plays Super Freddy in it. He's also in Men in Black 2. He's in so many things. Yeah,
he's a bad guy.
Yes, he certainly knows how to play it. And in The Hills Have Eyes, he's running around, and he's really cool.
Certified cinephiles.
Okay, sorry, they're doing lawn stuff outside. I don't know if you can hear it. Thanks for listening to Certified Cinephiles, Season 2. You are a seeker of truth and justice, and a movie enjoyer. The evil Hollywood deep state continues to wage a war on our favorite movies, and yet she persisted. You could get early access to the second season of Certified Cinephiles right now on the Birthday Piss Patreon at patreon.com/birthdaypiss. As of recording this, we are going to drop episode 11 of 12 on the Patreon this Friday. So they're almost all out on there. Join the Patreon, $5 a month. Get you early access to Season 2 of Certified Cinephiles, as well as weekly exclusive episodes of the Kobos Patrick podcast. Thank you all again, we love you, and I hope you're having sex right now. Enjoy the rest of the pod.
Certified cinephiles.
This made me have
to
you
pee. Ever just
right
wanted to go home when you're stuck at a party? Well, we're here to help you with that. It's called the Get Out of Jail Free Card. And you can drunk drive and all of that stuff. It's totally fine if you've had too much and you want to go home. You can drive home. It's a get out of jail free card brought to you by Squarespace. Sign up now at squarespace.com. Get out of jail free card /certified cinephiles. And if you happen to get into some legal trouble, just give us a call because we'll put our lawyer on it. We'll bill it to our account. Don't worry. It's all getting paid for by listeners like you. Have you ever just been stuck on a family vacation and just really wished you could masturbate? I mean, god damn. Cabo San Lucas is full of all these hot mamas and very young, attractive guys. Why can't I get one spanked out here in the hotel room? This one's called "You're allowed to ride the hot tub jet for as long as you want until you climax." Brought to you by Squarespace. Sign up now for free at squarespace.com /ride the hotel jet till you ejaculate on family vacation /certified cinephiles.
Did you tell him about the get out of jail free card yet?
Oh, I certainly did. And we're...
All right. Well, I got it. 1 second. I'll be right back.
Let me tell you about this. Have you ever been really, really hungry and the closest restaurant to you is a Subway? And you're like, dang, at this point, I might as well just go to the grocery store to buy groceries, because the idea of going to Subway and dealing with questionable goods to be put on the sandwich doesn't sound too good. And also, it's no longer a $5 footlong. It's like a $12 footlong, and it's definitely not worth that because their bread is technically not bread according to the country of Ireland. Well, here is the tip of the day from me, and that is, just maybe hold off a little bit. Think about when the next time you're going to be traveling is, or when the next time you'll be able to eat, and what your options are. My go-to in sort of situations of dire need is hard-boiled eggs from 7-Eleven. I highly recommend the hard-boiled eggs. They give you a salt and pepper packet. You can really hose those things down. And, for 70 calories a piece and, 9 grams of protein per egg, you really can't beat it. So, that's that. Okay, we're back. So this movie, you gotta see it to believe it. It's truly one of the greatest pieces of cinema to ever hit the silver screen. Or is it the gold screen?
That's true.
And so...
It's the spy screen. I put this movie up there with Mission Impossible. And...
Absolutely.
Any Bond film. This is... this
or
movie
Austin Powers.
Stacks up... Minkey stacks up with any spy out there.
It's true. There's no doubt about it. So, Pat, what was a scene that, made you cry or made you feel speechless?
When Kitty Foreman was putting on her leather spy outfit, oh my God, I was speechless. She is so hot.
So hot. Want to touch the hiney?
Oh, want to touch the hiney?
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot. I want to touch the hiney.
So hot.
Yeah.
Shampoo is better.
Very much a Veronica Vaughn. Very much a Veronica Vaughn situation. And if you know us...
What about you, Bill?
You know our certified cinephiles are certified MILF hunters. We love them. We love to see them. And we can't help ourselves.
And Will may be married. He may have tied the knot.
I've tied it, but...
Patrick's while we were away, I am a 100% active MILF hunter.
Yes.
And if you want to get And if you want me to do paradiddles on your pussy, call me.
You gotta watch
Do I
what
have to
this
beep
man.
that out?
You gotta watch what this man does. You gotta watch what this man does. He's described to me in great detail.
I will make you
his
come.
escapades. He will. He'll make
I
you
will
come.
make you come.
And him telling me about his escapades
Live with
is
me if you want to
consensual.
come.
It's consensual.
Yeah, I will do immaculate things to your pussy. MILFs.
Wow.
But this is not a horny podcast.
I can tell you're
so
getting pretty
let's
horny over
continue.
there. The scene for me that
Yeah.
left me speechless was when we are, Improver Alert, introduced to the circus.
Improver alert.
And we see Minkey in his new life, and he is riding a freaking jetpack, a real jetpack, into the circus arena. That one had me absolutely. If I wasn't standing up, I would have passed out in my seat. And I passed out standing up, and I hit my head all hard, and I woke up, and I was confused. And that is...
Luckily, it was near the end of the movie.
The circus scene is right in the beginning of the movie, where he jetpacks into this.
Oh, I misheard you.
It's where he jetpacks into the circus. Oh, it is the end of the movie where he's riding the Improver Alert. He's riding the jetpack. He's pretty much parasailing too. He's got Emma Roberts in his arms. He's taking care of her. He lets her know,
Yep.
I'm a better father than your real father. And that's truly a very hard reality to grasp, but it's the truth for a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
And you love to see it translate so
I
well.
wouldn't be surprised if those lines were written in the original script.
Yeah.
But then in the editing bay, they realized, like, oh, the acting by this monkey and by this little girl is just like getting this across so well. We don't even need him to say, come away with me, I'll be your good real daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad's shit, you have shit dad.
I can do what he can't. And I can take care of you. He obviously can't take care of you. And
He wants to blast this French scientist.
yeah. So, and who, at the end of the day, at the end of the movie, Improver Alert, Minkey gets the job done. The dad needs rescuing. The dad couldn't do shit.
Yeah.
So,
The dad would be a shit spy without his partner.
he's been out of the game too long. He's gone soft.
Without his partner and all those freaks by his side from the circus, that dad wouldn't know shit what to do.
Yeah.
Shit ass dad.
So you know what time it is, Pat.
Oh yeah.
It's time.
Say it all.
For the God tier scene.
Scene. What's good? It's a movie, boys. We got a God tier scene for you right now. Mine is obvious. It is the best scene in the movie.
Yes.
When we get to see the monkey dance. I love
Oh
the
my
reggae
God.
monkey. When he bonks the evil albino guy on the head with a melon, he does a reggae dance and he talks to the albino man.
Yes.
It is hilarious. It is one of the best comedy scenes I've ever seen.
I was in tears. I practically pissed my pants. I almost pulled a Patrick and pissed my pants for real. He's not only talking to him, he wakes him up, starts talking to him, and then he starts singing and he starts dancing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he has Jamaica voice.
And it really it brings you into this full, total visceral experience of like, this is what this would be like if I was having this experience as this albino man and all of that stuff. And it really puts you into his shoes. And it's a beautiful, beautiful
It was
experience.
awesome.
It's a beautiful
The first time I watched this movie, it got to that scene and that scene happened and I got to see Minky the monkey shake his ass in Jamaica on the beach to reggae rhythms, and I knew this movie was in my top 5 all time right then and there.
Hook, line, and sinkered. Hook, lined, and sinkered. Because
That's right.
Hook, line, and sinker, because that, and that I know that it made you cry, and it still does every time you watch it. But I can relate.
Yeah, because the dad is so shit at being a dad.
He's out here flirting.
It just makes me.
Your
He's out here
daughter's
flirting.
Your daughter's been taken, and he's out here flirting.
You're flirting with your daughter's colleague. Your daughter's a little scientist. You're flirting with her colleague scientist. And yes, she is hot. She's smoking hot. She's
smoking
10 smoke show scientist.
Yeah, but she's named Dr. Amore for a reason, because she's a smoke show. She had her name legally changed for obvious reasons. Obviously.
And this was post 9/11.
Yeah.
But still, we were in that era when if you're a French lady in a movie, you're going to be smoking hot.
And it really was like it is a 9/11 era thing, because the French were the people that came to our aid when we needed them. We needed them to get rid of those weapons of mass destruction in Saddam Hussein, and Osama bin Laden, and we had the French.
We got 'em.
The French helped us, and for that we're forever grateful.
Yeah, a bunch of French guys came over right after 9/11 and helped sweep up the rubble, and they fed a lot of the survivors. What's that long bread called?
Like a sub sandwich.
Yeah, the French came and fed the
baguette.
survivors in
A baguette.
Yes.
Oh my God. How could I forget?
But anyway, we're getting sidetracked again. Oh my God, I feel like we've been so naughty this episode.
We've been so naughty. We had a lot to talk about.
Getting so sidetracked.
So, of course, this is, much to our chagrin, this is the last thing we want to talk about, but we have to get into it, Pat. What is something you might be able to agree with the critics on with this movie?
Oh, I fucking hate this part.
I know, but it's necessary. We need to put ourselves on that level, because first and foremost, we understand that people are people, and we're very empathetic to those people. But when we do realize that the critics of this movie are not human and that they're bots made by the Hollywood elitist deep state, we can call them out for that. Mm-hmm. So what is it possibly that we can agree with the critics on about this movie? And let's please get into who these critics are and what we're going to do to them.
Yes. They are subhuman. They're robotic. Some of them are robots. Some of them are reptilian endomorph type creatures.
Very much so.
But I guess if I had to agree with them on one thing, some of the characters I didn't think were fully... I mean, some of the side characters could have been a little more fully developed. And I don't think there should have been a big fat lady in it. So disgusting.
I loved her in it, and she was...
The bowling ball?
Yeah, she was hilarious and also very powerful. She was very powerful.
Ugh. Her only power is she could roll up into a ball. Ugh.
I thought it was awesome. But I you know what? I respect where you come from.
You could tell the monkey. You could tell she stank too. The monkey didn't want to be near her.
Well, they're on the road a lot. I feel like a lot of the circus folks were stinky. My biggest critique to this is that why did the mom have to be dead? There's no reason for them to have killed off the mom. That it really didn't make like a lick of sense that the mom didn't exist in this, and there wasn't really.
What about the love story?
The love story wasn't important. So what was important was the story that your parents aren't perfect, and you should trust the real heroes in your life, like Minkey.
I also thought that the Japanese characters were kind of racist.
I don't remember the Japanese characters. Oh my gosh. That hit me.
You suppressed it.
I suppressed it. Oh no. But I mean, that was a god tier scene right there where he throws a snowball.
So funny.
Yeah. So let's get into who these critics are. Okay, so Pat, are you prepared? Because I know you're about to go off. I don't want you to.
I'm gonna be so pissed.
I don't want you waving around the Desert Eagle.
It's in my car.
This is from.
I leave it on the passenger seat to make sure no one fucks with me.
That's right. So, David Cornelius from efilmcritic.com says, it's like having feces thrown at you in movie form. Uh-oh.
Does he know how racist this is to monkeys? Does he know how racist this is to say about chimpanzees?
David.
Does he know how problematic that is? Oh, this guy is so tone deaf.
Yeah. Look, Frank bought me a toy gun so I can pretend and I can work on it. And this is what I would do.
Yeah. Yeah, get him.
Used to go to the arcades.
What would you say to this man?
I say, watch me on this trigger. Watch me play Time Crisis.
Are you doing the 2-finger technique?
Yeah, I got 2 fingers on the trigger.
That's faster. Faster. Die, David. Die. You robot.
In a video game.
This is
parody.
Kill that man in a video game.
Parody.
But here's not a parody. E-Film Critic, that's a site for loser idiots who shit their pants at the skate park.
Yes, I've never done that. And if you think that I have, then you are mistaken because that was somebody else.
That was a different Will Woods.
Yeah, and you probably didn't even get my name because I wasn't there. Didn't happen to me at the Broomfield Skate Park ever in my life.
Nope.
God forbid. It did.
And it's never happened to me either, because I don't go to the skate park.
That's right.
Because the cool kids said I was too fat.
Oh. Those are losers that are on those are the losers who shit their pants. The ones that are bullying you out of the skate park.
But that's fine, but that's what got me into guns. So I'm better for it.
Joke's on them. Joke's on them. Yep, you don't want Patrick on a skateboard? Well, guess what? Patrick's got guns now.
I'm going to buy a gun.
He bought so many guns that he has been banned from buying guns and now has to acquire them through our lawyer. Dave Diarrhea.
Legally.
A.K.A.
Frank Azar.
The strong arm Azar. Okay, we got another critic here, and this one...
He's so strong.
This one just screams bot to me, Pat. Okay, here we go. His name is Jim Slowtech from Jam
That
Movies.
sounds like a freaking robot's name for sure.
I know. This is... Okay, it's like, all right, did AI write this? What's the agenda here? I think we know, and we've described it this entire episode. Here we go. Another chimp film from the director of MVP, Most Valuable Primate. And an
goated movie.
And an enterprise so inept that it harkens back to the bad old days of dentist film producers looking for tax write-offs. Whoa.
What a clunky sentence. This guy is so dumb at writing.
I would put, for the listeners at home, I'm playing with my toy gun, and I'm pointing this right at where I would imagine Jim Slowtech, the robot, is, and I'm just going off on him.
Bum, 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 bum.
I'm going
You should
off.
shoot Jim Slowtech in his eyes because he seems to not be able to use them. And the only thing that he's worse at than writing is watching movies because this sentence is stupid. It has no meat. It's just all fluff.
Yeah, go back
bullshit.
to watching Citizen Kane. You infantile, absolute piece of dog shit. Your taste for movies is obviously so disgusting and absolutely off the fucking rails from the rest of humanity that if you're not some sort of cyborg fuck like RoboCop or something, then you actually should die. You should not exist in the plane of existence of everybody else. It does not make sense. You are not a good person, and you're the type of person that if I was standing like waiting for the train to come, I would push you onto the tracks. You know what I mean?
Yep. I do that too. You know what I do? I'd kidnap you and your family, and then I would extract your kneecaps, and I would make your family watch me drink your blood out of your kneecap like a little bowl.
See, that's incredible.
Sorry.
And that would honestly be...
You chose to be a film critic.
That would be so funny to watch. And I would have so much joy from watching you experience Patrick drinking your blood.
Funny little game.
Yeah. Because...
Just a funny little game.
What you had to say is everything wrong with the way that we view... The Hollywood, at least Deep State, has given people this idea that to be a critic, you need to write about what you don't like versus what you do like. Oh, you're
haters.
You're above this absolutely perfect movie that has the emotional capacity of something along the lines of literally any Holocaust film. Okay.
It's true.
Yeah, I guess maybe you shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
You know, people talk about what they would do to baby Hitler. They'd kill baby Hitler, and they're like, he's a baby, well, it's Hitler. Well, guess what? Kind of sounds like what you're saying, it rivals that. All right? We need to protect the human race here, and your opinion is so absolute dog shit that I just believe you shouldn't exist anymore. No matter what means that is, whether that's Patrick torturing you or me pushing you onto the tracks in a video game, I just don't think that you should exist. So take that.
Amen.
Take that.
Drown every film critic. They're all scums, and we are on a righteous, truthful path to letting real movies that have gotten a bad rap, we're trying to help them shine through. And that's what this podcast is all about. We are white knights for truth in the film industry.
And we will stop at absolutely nothing to bring the truth to light. So thanks for joining us this week while we went over the wonderful movie Spymate. If you have not had the pleasure of seeing it, go check it out. Leave us a review on all the podcast things. Subscribe to the Piscord and the Patreon. Get with us or die alone. And join us.
I just want to say congratulations to Emma Roberts' daughter or son, Rhodes. I don't know you, but you're a cute baby, and I loved your mom in this movie.
Yes, and join us next week when we go over the 2008 pristine epic Camp Rock.
Let's rock. Movie boys!
Movie boys!
Movie boys.
Certified cinephiles.
Next week, we get our axes out. And no, I'm not talking Lord of the Rings with Gimli. It's time for Camp Rock. Certified Cinephiles is a podcast co-hosted by Patrick Richardson and William Woods. It is produced by Patrick Richardson. Intro skit performed by William Woods, Patrick Richardson, and Stanley Sievers as Minkey.
Certified cinephiles. Certified cinephiles.
Okay, sorry, they're doing lawn stuff outside. I don't know if you can hear it. Thanks for listening to Certified Cinephiles, Season 2. You are a seeker of truth and justice, and a movie enjoyer. The evil Hollywood deep state continues to wage a war on our favorite movies, and yet she persisted. You could get early access to the second season of Certified Cinephiles right now on the Birthday Piss Patreon at patreon.com/birthdaypiss. As of recording this, we are going to drop episode 11 of 12 on the Patreon this Friday. So they're almost all out on there. Join the Patreon, $5 a month. Get you early access to Season 2 of Certified Cinephiles, as well as weekly exclusive episodes of the Kobos Patrick podcast. Thank you all again, we love you, and I hope you're having sex right now. Enjoy the rest of the pod.
Certified cinephiles.